Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to deliver a message to you. What is coming through is Jupiter's beautiful energy moving direct in Cancer. This is occurring as you are receiving this reading, and it is impacting the area in your life that deals with endings, closing out, learning lessons, closing out a chapter of your life or a behavior that once worked for you in one way, and now you're retrofitting that behavior or understanding that behavior so that you can use it differently, vibrating in higher alignment with your values. I pulled from the energy archaeology, the card of pride, not surprisingly. And I've also pulled from the talisman oracle, the passion card, and these are going to work together. I'm going to first read from the energy archaeology book that looks at energies through our bones. And the pride deals with the second finger and second toe. For more information, if you're a healer or body worker, I highly recommend the guidebook of energy archaeology. But I'm going to read a bit from the properties and then from the wisdom. So when this card is in alignment, in balance, the keywords are esteem, unashamed, respect. And from the wisdom reads, in the three-dimensional world, pride has been warped and weaponized into a state of weakness. Having pride has become synonymous with being boastful, arrogant, and self-satisfied. Things many believe should make you feel shame, blame, and guilt. This distorted version of pride keeps you small, unable to see past yourself to something larger. It makes you believe you have something to prove. In truth, pride simply demands that you be who you are. There's nothing shameful about that. Fan your metaphorical tail out, show the world what you are here to bring, and then align to a state of receiving, giving, feeling supported, and activating that. Pride opens and clears the channel for more energy to flow through you because you are who you are and because you've declared to the universe that you are willing to be this person in this vibration. So this is really taking a more holistic spin on a quality that Leos are well known for, and that I think aligns more clearly with what I call the sun energy. And that is the inner child. That is the burst of radiance, beauty, and glow that is attention grabbing, that people enjoy, that gives people pleasure, joy, delights them. And coupled with the passion card, this is really describing a way I think that pride can have been a defense for you in the past. This can hide insecurity, this ability to shine, to be comfortable, to make people notice you, to be funny, to be beautiful, is something that has often masked deeper qualities and gifts that you have, or the insecurity that you can live up to the promise of what others see externally. I have also pulled a theme card for the overall energy, and the Warrior of Wands here is the Knight of Wands, showing that at this time in your life, you're really more interested in exploring themes of passion, of confidence, of leadership, of allowing your gifts to shine, giving of your heart and your energy, sharing this joy in the abundance of the world. This is something you're exploring in different ways, and you're actively discovering more things about yourself than you previously knew. This can speak to a time when you are feeling into the true confidence and courage to meet your gifts and potentials that others take for granted uh, because of an outside appearance or behavior of yours. So this is really beautiful energy of having the confidence to explore, question how you express these qualities in a way that is more authentic to who you are, allows you to step into yourself more fully and more authentically. In the present, we have the Empress. The Empress is all about feeling that power, knowing that you are the power, that you are the center of your world, that you have come to a place of fully being in balance with your ability to give and your ability to receive. So this usually describes someone who can be highly productive, hardworking, in tune with others you're working with and for. This also is a kind of leadership, but it's a soft leadership. It's a nurturing, it's taking care of, it's noticing what others need rather than demanding or instructing others as to what to do. So this nurtures the strength, the capacity, and the gifts of others so that you're all working with sync. This is you being very aware that others look to you and see you as strong, beautiful, intelligent, able, and capable, and that instead of trying to mask that over with a veneer of confidence, instead you are really have learned to nurture that quality in others rather than emphasize your apparent possession of those gifts. I hope I'm clear. This also is about learning to receive. There is a lot about your ability to give that you take for granted and that you are learning to receive, not to receive on the basis of your superficial exterior or the facade that others see, but based on a real sense of being supported, truly supported, and receiving that with gratitude. In the past, the Temperance card. This is beautiful. This is really speaking again about the balance that I believe Jupiter in Cancer is really speaking to. This is where you have been since possibly November of last year, really feeling into behaviors, plans that you are contemplating, new opportunities or projects you'd like to launch, and really making sure that you are understanding your own motives. This is moving away from the external rewards of a project or an opportunity, but really deeply inquiring within yourself what gives you a sense of fulfillment, what makes you content, satisfied, that you are expressing yourself in the most authentic way, in the way that allows you to grow emotionally. This is about emotional intelligence. What gives you, what centers you, what supports you as being those real values that you're finding yourself in alignment with. And in the future, the Four of Swords talks about really understanding the patterns of your past so that you are gaining this deep understanding through all the healing work that you've been doing. This is really your ability to handle challenges, misfortunes, pain, suffering with grace, with equanimity, knowing that this too shall pass, that others have suffered as much, if not more, and survived, that obstacles you faced, the lack of support you would have liked to have, you have learned to depend on yourself for that. You don't look to others to give you something that you're now quite capable of giving to yourself in the best way, in the way that you understand you need. And this is giving you a sense of gratitude that is helping to create a stronger spiritual and social foundation for you. You see every challenge, every heartbreak as an opportunity, and you understand at some level that you were made for this. These challenges were meant to shape you, and they have. And they've shifted your experience of yourself as no longer a neglected victim, but one who is empowered, who cannot be stopped, who is unstoppable. If this reading is resonating for you, Leo, please like, share, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I deeply appreciate all of you, and I'm going to clarify with the Crow Tarot, the first Temperance card with the Ten of Swords, the Empress with the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords with, well, the Hermit flipped up, and underneath the Hermit is a beautiful Four of Wands and the Empress, and I'm going to take all of those. The Empress is a repeat, and I feel it's important here because it's showing me that you're achieving something that is dear to your heart, something that means a lot to you, that affirms your power. So in the past, I should say, the Ten of Swords is clarifying the Temperance. You have had a lot to overcome. You have been deeply wounded. And because this is so overwhelming, the story of your past could be one of one heartache after another. And I recall the title of a current movie, One Battle After Another. That is what I'm seeing here for you in the past. And so what looked shiny and attention grabbing and flowing, glowing, content, happy, exuberant, was really masking a lot of pain, a lot of neglect, a lot of expectations of others that you did not feel you could meet. Everyone thought you were going to do X, Y, and Z, and you had no idea how those things could be achieved. And you have beat up yourself, even hurt yourself because you weren't able to measure up until you realized that those expectations of others had little to do with who you were, who you are. And releasing that, finally, you had to release it because there was nowhere to go in that energy of other people thinking you should do this and you should do that, and this is the way you should go about X, with absolutely, it looks like very little support to do any of it, no guidance. In fact, guidance to the contrary, looking at those who were charged with your care unable to do the things that they were telling you you should do. So I do see that this healing has been really quite lifelong for you. You've had a lot of scars, a lot of endings that were unsatisfying, and you've released the whole belief system that surrounded other people's expectations. And this is perfect for Jupiter's energy because now, as you have gained this emotional intelligence that leads you away from being hooked in to the expectations of others, the ability to say no to the things that you always felt were supposed to be, you are gaining this ability to navigate multiple truths and still find your clear path forward. So this ending, closing out a whole way of being is what is fueling this new beginning, this new path forward that focuses instead of superficial things, on fulfillment, satisfaction, growth as being of value in and of itself. The Empress card here is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, and here I see you building a practical foundation. This can mean a lot of things. It can be going back to school. It can be applying yourself to a kind of job that may not be the dream job, but you know is getting you the basic skills you need to do what you want to do. This can be building into a home foundation, establishing a home that is truly an independent source of support for you and your loved ones. This is being independent, even if you are modestly so, knowing that that gives you the right to do what is right for you. And you can maintain your integrity, your values. This is almost like a stripping away of any superficial fluff so that the foundation is clear and in place. This is your security. This is your safety. In the future, the Four of Swords is clarified by first the Hermit, the Four of Swords, and the Empress. We have you perfecting this process of going within for answers. You're no longer looking at what others say or expect, within reason, of course. Learning new skills require that you lean on the authorities initially until you gain a grasp of the tools in order to understand what applies to you, what works for you, and what does not. And this is leading me to believe that you are in some kind of a training or education program that is helping you to recognize those transferable skills into the development of a community, a home that is represents a wish fulfillment. I can also see you not only conjoining, co-creating with others to create something that looks more like a family or a community where learning is a supreme value, where wishes are fulfilled through the efforts that you celebrate to grow and to achieve. This feels different from the way you were expected to achieve in the past, the way you may not have been supported to gain the skills or information you needed at that time, but were expected to do so. Perhaps there were no models for you of that kind of achievement, so it felt difficult to do this on your own without the support necessary. But now I see that you recognize any home, any community, any center, any effort must center you. This has to be something that you sincerely want in order to make it achievable, in order to truly celebrate and participate with those with whom you are collaborating, co-creating. You can be co-creating with family members, with your children, with other students, with co-workers, whoever it is, and of course with a significant partner. There looks to me to be opportunities for you to meet certainly deep and make deep connections in whatever work you're doing. And by work, that includes not only your employment, but the deep inner work that you are exploring, that you are excited about, that you are discovering yourself through. So the Empress is a symbol of success and really does recognize that you are learning how to receive the love that you are expected to give to others. It's not a one-way street. Because of your capacity, others experience joy, fun, enlightenment in your presence, but you deserve that back. And that is becoming the basis for all of your relationships. I'm going to finish this reading with a crystal oracle. Hoping this reading's been insightful for you. This came up first, but so did this. I don't know. They came out at the same time, so I'll take them both. I'm going to read the Amazonite first. Life purpose. I'm fully aligned to and living my life purpose. This is powerful, with the Empress showing up twice. And the Heliodor is confidence. That's where we started with pride. I am confident in all that I do. Thank you so much, Leo, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.